The Desiros are a family of trains made and designed by Siemens, are described by Siemens as the trend-setting train family, and it lives up to its name, proving to be fast, modern, sustainable and powerful trains. They're found up and down the nation, from the south coast to the Scottish Highlands, proving to be excellent commuter workhouses for a variety of service types. So let's find out more about these trains. The Class 360. In 2002, one of the first Desiro sets was ordered by First Great Eastern in 2003. The Class 360 EMUs were to replace the aging Class 312s, which were built in the 1970s and were the last class of multiple unit based off Mark II slam door coaches. The first Class 360 rolled out onto UK metals in 2003, featuring modern facilities such as first class edge each cab end, a wheelchair bay, air conditioning and plug doors. 26 of the class were constructed and 21 remain in passenger service. The first subclass, the 360-1, ordered under First Great Eastern, now reside under West Midlands Railway after being replaced by the 720s under Greater Anglia. These units have a top speed of 110 miles an hour, having been upgraded in 2020. They have 4 cars and 280 seats. The Class 450. In 2003, the same year as the 360s, the Class 450 was introduced into service under South West Trains, also to replace aging slam door stock. The 450s differ from the 360s as they run under 750 volts direct current third rail electrification. They also feature end gangways, air conditioning and 2x2 first class in some units. They feature a dense 3x2 high capacity seating in standard class. A total of 127 of these have been built, all of which remain in service. The 450-0s were South West Trains' initial branch of 100 units, along with 32 proposed for 5-car 450-2s. However, these were cancelled due to length restrictions of platforms, and the order was altered to include 10 extra 4-car units instead of the 32 5-car. Later on, 17 more 4-car sets were ordered, bringing the total number of units up to 127. In 2008, 28 450-0 sets were remodified and renumbered into the Class 450-5 series. These units had their first class seating removed and replaced with more standard 3x2 seating, and some other seats were removed for more standing capacity, along with extra handrails to reflect this change. The first class was reinstated later on due to the upcoming modifications of the Class 458-5s, but retained their -5 designation until the South Western Railway refurbishment of the Class 450 fleet between 2017 and 2020, where 24 first-class seats in the intermediate trailers were changed to the 8 first-class seats, featuring leather seats and wireless charging tables next to the cabs at both ends of the train. This refurbishment also included plug sockets being fitted. All 450s have an identical seating layout today. The Class 444. The other Desiros in the southwest region are the 444s, introduced in 2004. These are 5-car express units featuring end gangways like the 450s, as well as 2 wheelchair spaces per unit, a universally accessible toilet and plug sockets. Under South West Trains they featured 2x2 standard class seating and 2x1 first class seating, which took up with a full carriage of 35 seats. 45 of these units have been produced. South Western Railway conducted a refurbishment programme between 2017 and 2020 on its 444s as well as its 450s. And this included removing the accessible facilities in the guard's office and onboard shop to accommodate more standard class seating, which also gets plug sockets installed at each pair of seats, and the first class seating was reduced from a full carriage of 35 2x1 seats to 32 2x2 seats with wireless charging included in the tables. The Class 350. The Class 350s look similar in appearance to the Class 450s or 444s, however they differ as they get their power from 25 kV overhead wires. The 350-1 subclass was initially part of an order for 32 5-car 450s, however, as mentioned earlier, this was cancelled. The remainder of the order was used to create the initial branch of the 40 350-1s, which entered service in 2004 under Silverlink and Central trains. These units at first had a maximum speed of 100 miles per hour, however they were later modified to have a maximum speed of 110 miles an hour so they could better utilise their paths on busy West Coast mainline. The 350-1s feature 2x2 seating and dual voltage compatibilities, allowing them to use both 25 kV overhead electric wires and 750 volt third rail electrification systems. A second batch of the 37 350s ordered by London Midland, coming into service in 2008 to replace their 321s, were designated as the 350-2s. This subclass differs from the 350-1 as they lack the dual voltage capabilities of the 350-1 and have 3x2 seating. These two had a top speed of 100 miles an hour, but were upgraded to 110 miles an hour so that the 350-1 and 350-2 could be used interchangeably without causing timetable delays. In 2013, a further 20 were constructed for London Midland and First Trans-Pennine Express, designated the subclasses -3 and -4 respectively. Currently, 350 units reside under the West Midlands Train and London North Western Railway Group, being all the -1s, -3s and -4s, with the 37-2s in storage under Porterbrook, who have expressed interest in converting them into battery electric trains. The Class 380. The 380s look, well, rather different from the rest of the family, however are part of the Desiro family, as these units entered service under ScotRail in 2010. The class is comprised of 22 380-0s with 3 car and 16 380-1s with 4 cars. Other than the length of the two subclasses are identical. The trains were specified by ScotRail to have full disabled access and streamlined end gangways, giving them their distinctive look, standing out from the rest of the Desiros. These units, like the 350s and 360, are powered by 25 kV overhead electric wires and have a top speed of 100 miles an hour. They feature plug sockets and bicycle storage. The Class 185. The Class 185 is a 3-car diesel multiple unit operated by Trans-Pennine Express, with 51 units entering service in 2006. Although it lacks the looks and sounds of the other Desiros, it is still part of the family. These diesel hydraulic trains are extremely powerful, with a Cummins QSK 19R engine in every car producing 752 brake horsepower each to tackle the peaks of the Pennines. To save energy and fuel, as most part of their routes it operates do not require the full engine power. There is an eco mode where the engines shut down when the train idles, as well as leaving 2 out of the 3 engines at idle cruising level. These eco mode changes reduce the fuel usage by 7% and increase the service life by 15%. You'll find these trains around Manchester, serving with the Class 397s and 802s. They feature a 2x2 standard class seating with luggage and bicycle storage facilities and a wheelchair bay. There is a first class area with 2x1 seating. So, the oldest Desiros are currently over 20 years old, but they are showing no signs of stopping. Most of them are still seen across the country, with most units seeing a long future ahead of them, as they have set new trends and created a legacy in efficiency, comfort, power and modernity in British electric multiple units, and in the case of the 185, diesel multiple units. We all hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving us a like and subscribing to the channel, as it helps us all out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.